Hi ZMSers! Today we're going to be working in the division world, and our Alex topic for the day is division involving quotients with intermediate zeros. Remember, a quotient is the answer to a division problem. Alright, so let's get this problem set up here. Let's see, this looks like a fantastic spot right here. I have 56,756. I am dividing that by 8. Okay? And we're going to use, I don't know, burnt orange or something. Alright, so remember our steps to success for multiplying. Group, multiply, subtract, bring down. So how many groups of 8 can fit into 56? So actually, let's start by writing out our multiples of 8, right? So we've got 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 45, 48, 56, 64. 8 times 9 is 72. And 8 times 10 is 80. So here's our multiples of 8. We've got those all written out. Okay? So how many times does 8 go into 56? It's going to be 8 times 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to put a 7 up here. And then when I multiply, that's what we've done over here. So 8 times 7 is 56. I subtract. When I subtract, I get 0. Okay? After I subtract, I bring down the number to the right. So I'm going to bring down my 7. So here's what's different. Intermediate zeros. So how many times when I'm ready to group again? Once I get to this step, I'm always ready to group. So how many groups of 8 can fit into 7? Hopefully you're thinking to yourself, 0. So I'm going to put I'm going to put a 0 up top. Notice how I'm lining up my 0 with the number that it should go above. So now I grouped 8 goes into 7 0 times. 8 times 0, I'm to multiplying. 8 times 0 is 0. So I'm going to subtract 0. 7 minus 0 is 7. I'm going to bring down my 5. So now I'm ready to group. How many times does 8 go into 75? I look at my cheat sheet over here and I can see that's going to be, count them, you got it, 9 times. So 8 times 9 is 72. Now I subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down my 6. 8 goes into 36. I can look over here if I need to. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That gives me 32. I'm going to run out of room. I'm going to have a remainder of 4, which could be written as 4 over 8, which equals 1/2, which equals 0.5. Okay, so let's see if we get the right answer down here. Quotient 7,094, that's what we got, and a remainder of 4, that's also what we got. Okay, so this is a division problem involving quotients with intermediate zeros. If you need to see another one of these, we're gonna do one more. So I'm gonna start by writing my problem out. We have 32,034, and I'm dividing that up into 4. Okay, so here's my original problem. Group. How many times is, let's write out our multiples. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 36. We'll just go all the way out to 10. There we go. All right. So now that I have my handy dandy multiples, how many times does 4 go into 32? If I look down here, or if I know my facts, I know that's going to be 8. So I know that's going to be 32. I subtract. I get 0. I bring down the number to the right. Get 0. At least that's supposed to be a 0. So how many times does 4 go into 0? 4 goes into 0 0 times. When I multiply, anything times 0 is always 0. And then I'm going to bring down my 3. Uh-oh, 4 still goes into 0. Last time I checked, 0 times. So again, we're going to subtract 0. And now when I bring down, oops, Mrs. Hook made a mistake. That's supposed to be a 3. So that number there is a 3. 4 still goes into 3 0 times. Sorry. But now I'm going to bring down my 4. How many times does 4 go into 34? Well, there it is again, 8. So now I have 2. Well, Mrs. Hook, how do I know when to stop? If I'm asking you for a remainder, once you're out of numbers over here, so I don't have another number over here, once I'm out, that's the end of my problem if I'm just asked for remainders. If we're going to solve it as a decimal, then we'll do something special. But for right now, I'm going to have a remainder of 2. I can also write that as 2 over 4 if I'm asking it as a fraction. So that's probably going to be the format that I want it in, which can be simplified to 1/2 for those of you that are smarty pants. Okay, so again, this is a problem with division involving quotients with intermediate zeros. So I hope these 2 problems have helped you, and we will see you next time.